Sunday, April 2, 1923. The New York Times. New York Harbor pollution. The time has come when something must be done to make some other disposal of the sewage of Greater New York than pouring it into the waters surrounding the city to pollute them and poison the air. Formerly, it was supposed to be carried out by the tide to the ocean, which was only the case in a small degree. What really happens now is that the enormous volume of excretion and filth of a city of 6 million people never gets to the sea at all, but is carried on the outgoing and incoming tides to the waterline of all parts of the 5 boroughs, finally sinking to the bottom of the rivers and the bay. There is no clean water left within the city limits. The surface is always foul and offensive, growing more so every year. And the accumulation below kills marine life and is making the fine harbor of New York a cesspool. For 17 years, the Merchants Association has labored with one municipal government after another to adopt a modern method of treating the sewage of the city, but in vain. An excuse has always been found to ignore the warning that the health of the people is menaced. London, a more populous city than New York, has disposal works, with the result that the Thames is free from pollution, and the same is true of the Seine at Paris. The Merchants Association has again taken up this urgent cause. In a letter delivered to Mayor Hylan last Wednesday, Chairman Hatch of its Committee on Sanitation submitted that it was no longer safe or wise to ignore the danger to the health of the people through neglect to provide adequate measures for the proper disposal of sewage. Of the condition of pollution, Mr. Thatch said, "The waterfront along Brooklyn, from Gravesend Bay, including Gowanus Bay, Newtown Creek, and Wallabout Bay to Astoria, has all the characteristics of a cesspool. The Harlem in summer is septic, the oxygen contents registering at 0, a complete cesspool, and the Hudson River can properly be called an open sewer. For 11 years, from 1903 to 1914, commissions created by the legislature made a study of the question. Their reports pointed out what should be done in the way of relief, but no beginning has been made. The cost could be financed over a period of years. Among the plans proposed by the Merchants Association are the following: the installation of treatment works at the foot of a group of streets beneath the surface, subway fashion; a purification plant on Ward's Island, with effluent discharge under Manhattan Island into the North River; pipes to carry the sewage to a disposal plant on an artificial island in the lower bay; and another plant to dispose by dilution at a considerable depth in the Atlantic Ocean, some miles from shore and beyond tidal return. It is true that federal cooperation would be needed to give New York a clean harbor. Oil, sludge, and all sorts of poisonous waste, besides sewage, defile its waters. The Appleby Bill, to prevent the pollution of navigable waters by chemical plants and shipping, was approved by the Senate at the recent session of Congress, but did not reach a vote in the House. The question is also an interstate one. The responsibility for contaminating the rivers and harbor New Jersey shares. Newark Bay also has the characteristics of a cesspool. So New Jersey must cooperate. The recreation as well as the health of the people of the two states is involved. 30 years ago, the Hudson, within the city limits, was clean enough for bathing. That can no longer be said. No one swims even in the upper harbor now. The East River has long been too filthy. Boating and yachting are popular no more. The fishing industry is a thing of the past. Hudson River shad, caught near Edgewater, used to be on sale in Washington Market, and there was none finer. Disposal works for New York and Newark are practicable. They would pay for themselves before many years rolled by. The sum of $500,000 which Mayor Hylan wanted for his celebration could be put to a better use in making a beginning to provide the city with a scientific method of dealing with its sewage.